You guys asked for it, so here it is. We're gonna do an in-depth review of my 13-foot supercharged mini jet boat. Let's go.
Give it to me.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're finally doing the in-depth walk around of my 13-foot mini jet boat. And yeah, we've had lots of requests on our YouTube and Instagram just to kind of do a walkthrough of this thing. And frankly, I just kind of wanted to make a video and get it out on YouTube that I wish kind of would have been out there when I was looking to build the boat myself or get one built. Sure, there's lots of videos on YouTube that just kind of do a quick little walk around. They maybe show you the fancy wrap, maybe tell you the hull, and if you're lucky, the engine too, but nothing really ever seemed to go into detail about what intake, what impeller, any of that kind of stuff. So I know when you look into these things, you have tons of questions and there's so many options. So yeah, we're just gonna take you through this thing from head to toe. And yeah, I'm just super excited to show this boat off to you guys. Well, I guess we got to start with what kind of hull this thing is, and some of you might be able to guess it because of that little unique feature that they got, and it is a 3.9 Atom hull. And yeah, these things were designed and developed in Alaska. I think that's super sick. They're a 12-degree bottom, and this boat handles like it's on rails. I always like to refer to it as it's like driving a go-kart on the river. It's so much fun. You can just cut so aggressively, turn so hard, and it just handles it, and it's awesome. A lot of the rivers we run here, they're just super shallow, tons of different channels you got to weave in and out of, and just a lot of time it's last second type decisions, and you got to cut hard, and this hull just, it can just handle it and it can do it. So it's awesome. I love it. But one thing I was always kind of afraid of is, there's all these trade-offs with, 8 degree, 10 degree, 12 degree, they all have their pros and cons, but one thing typically with the 12 degree is you can't really get them to drift and kind of, pre-turn before like some of them really sharp 90 turns. And this hull, you can get this thing to drift just enough that you can use that to, to kind of get the front end up on the rocks when you need to, but keep the pump back here in the water to kind of spin you around, some of them really sharp corners with not much water at all. And yeah, this hull, it can actually honestly it pretty much performs awesome no matter what you put it in. And yeah, I could not be happier with this thing. Well, we're already off script. I was totally just thinking we'd just go to the front to the back of this boat, but I mean, obviously once you go through the hull, you go through the second most important thing on the boat, and that is the engine. So we're just gonna lift this thing up here and we'll take a look at, now this thing is a 300 horsepower supercharged Rotax Sea-Doo motor. And I mean, this thing's a rocket ship. I think for this size of boat, it is the perfect power to weight ratio. This thing has more power than you're ever gonna need, and it's super small, compact, pretty light considering. And one thing nice about the Sea-Doo motors is they are a shorter motor than like the really popular Yamaha Servo or whatever you wanna call them. They come up quite a bit longer. And I mean, since this is shorter, you have more room lengthways, which obviously 13 foot, you're always trying to get as much room as you can in these boats. And the Atom, one nice thing about them is they're already a wider hull. So between the shorter motor and the Atom hull, I mean, it's pretty hard to beat this much room for a mini jet boat. It holds 4 people. Like if I go over here, I'm 5'10", and I mean, like I can barely touch the seat in front of me, and they have tons of room. And yeah, I think it's just an awesome setup. Had no problems with it. I got 110 hours on it now. And yeah, I think really the only major maintenance thing you got to do on these engines is you got to rebuild the supercharger, I think every 200 hours. The parts aren't that expensive, and I don't really think it's that hard to do. So yeah, obviously when we rebuild that, we'll have to make a video of it. But yeah, it's been great so far. I've had no real issues. And then I guess next, I don't know if we're really gonna be able to see in here, guys, but we run a mini jet intake. And I think they are probably the most common or best intake for these boats. I think it's 161 mil intake, I think. Don't quote me on that, but yeah. Obviously you come back here, you gotta have the stomp grate. Under there, if you can see that, guys, because yeah, I mean, you gotta have these things. I don't care if you just run in Florida and all the weeds and stuff, you gotta have that so you don't suck all that up. Or, you know, we are always in rocks and gravel and stuff, so you gotta keep that obviously out of the intake and impeller. And yeah, I had no issues. It's been awesome. And I highly recommend that intake for sure. But I guess the one decision you guys are gonna have to make is, I know a lot of guys, like with the mini or the Sea-Doo motor and the Sea-Doo pumps and stuff, is these things weren't designed to run gravel through them, right? The impellers are pretty thin, so it doesn't take much or long if you chew a bunch of gravel to, you know, wear that impeller. Then you start having cavitation. You lose traction off the whole shot and all that kind of stuff. So if you're running a bunch of shallow channels all the time and you're always constantly going through gravel and hitting gravel bars and stuff like that, you are going to find yourself rebuilding the impellers quite a bit. But I mean, it's that, or you put, you know, like a car engine and you put a real, like a full-size boat type of pump and stuff on it, but then it's a lot heavier. They don't perform near as well. Sure, you're not gonna have to rebuild it near as often, but it's not really a big deal. Most guys just have a spare impeller with them and then they just send the other one off to get rebuilt. Or most people, any kind of jet boat, popular areas usually have guys that can do them. So it's not a big deal. We have to rebuild it a couple times a year, but I mean, I don't think you can beat it because it's so snappy, it's so good. And as far as, I guess I should cover the impeller, we run a dual row impeller in them. We take the plastic Sea-Doo wear ring out of the stator and we put I believe it's a stainless wear ring. And yeah, we run a dual row impeller. I'll see if I have a photo of it, you guys, so I can pop up so I can kind of let you know what I'm thinking about. But yeah, it performs so well. It does a lot better than the stock Sea-Doo impeller, obviously, but yeah, it's been great. We've been running it for quite a while and have no complaints at all. Hopefully you can see that, guys. So this is your sand trap. You absolutely should have one of these. This is just where your water comes into the boat and feeds into this thing and filters all the sand and debris out of it. And then there's a little ball valve down there to drain it so it doesn't get all plugged. And yeah, then it comes here on the other side, runs into your heat exchangers, which you're definitely gonna probably have to add on your mini boat, as you can't use them or have them from the jet skis. And yeah, then that all goes through there, keeps your exhaust cool, all that kind of stuff. But I think that's an action sand trap. It's been pretty good. I think the biggest thing is you just have to make sure that you have a big enough sand trap that you get enough flow just to, you know, cool everything in your boat. And yeah, it's been good. I haven't had any issues. I mean, they're pretty straightforward. I guess next is we went with a custom fuel tank. I think it's about 90 liters. I'm not sure what that is in gallons. Yeah, it's been good. I mean, one thing about these boats that I think a lot of people overlook is just the balance of them, right? You don't want all the way, you have so much weight in the back because of, you know, the motor and the pump and the fuel tank and all the other stuff that I think maybe I'm gonna have to make a video. There's a few things that I'd probably do different now that I've had the boat, you know, run it, put it through a bunch of different, bunch of different scenarios and that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna make that thing because there's a few things I definitely would change. My dad, he's actually getting another Atom built and we're actually gonna try and put some of them changes in his boat and test them and see how they go. And yeah, we'll have to one day make a video and walk through that with you guys as well. So what's next here? I mean, I guess now that we got the important stuff covered off, we decided to go with like kind of the bucket seat instead of like a bench seat or whatever. Just, you know, this way you can kind of get more room because you can kind of go beside the motor. You don't have to be in front of it or trying to go over top of it. These are actually, obviously, as you can see, these are actually the Jetstream bucket seats. We got obviously this all custom built. Atom you can actually buy. They have an engine cover from them if you buy this haul kit, but I just kind of wanted something completely custom. So we got this made, and I guess one thing I could do too now is, if you guys are interested, so Grey Wolf Industries, that's where this boat got built. They're just a couple hours from me. Jesse's the owner and just the guy that can really pretty much build whatever you want. He's awesome, super good to deal with, and I mean, there's quite a few good boat builders. You know, definitely whatever area you're in, definitely want to check that out. But one thing I will say about Jesse and his company is this guy, his customer service is far none the best I've ever dealt with pretty much anything that I've had to deal with, like just in general life with things. So he's awesome, stand-up guy. Couldn't recommend him and Grey Wolf more to anyone that's looking to get a boat built, or you know, a turnkey boat built, or just some parts or whatever, anything to do with river boats. Yeah, definitely. I'll try and put a link, hopefully, of his website or a Facebook page in the description somewhere. And yeah, just kind of want to do a quick shout out to Jesse because yeah, he's been awesome to deal with, and I could not be happier. But yeah, trying not to, obviously, it's 2 cup holders. We did the gunnels in the side. Definitely, like, that's just a small little thing that, I mean, these mini boats, there's not a whole crap load of storage once you get 2 or 3 people in here. So these gunnels are sick. Definitely get them. Of course, dummy. We actually have like a, whatever you want, like a tarp canvas. I probably have a picture somewhere I'll put up for you guys because I can't think of what the actual name of these things is. That goes in there. Definitely happy that I have that because you know what it's like. It's 30 degrees, all of a sudden it rains and you're stuck on the river, it's hailing, and it's definitely nice to have shelter. So I would highly recommend, just even in these mini boats, getting them custom built because they've saved my ass a few times. And then coming up front here, we did a walk-through window. And yeah, there's like lots of room to walk through. I don't really have any problems. And I definitely like the walk-through window. I'm always coming up through the front and getting the dogs out. We always have the dogs with us. It's easier than just doing the solid front chunk with no walk-through. What else? Try not to say too much, guys. I'm pretty bad at that, working on it. We just did this plexi. That's one thing I would change. This plexi plastic, I mean, it's good for a couple times, but then it kind of gets scratched and you can't see through it. Like, you get the sun on it, the glare of the water, and next thing you know, you're trying to look over it because you can't see nothing. So we're actually going to try this really hard Lexan stuff. We're going to try that out. I'm going to put it in my dad's boat. I think we're actually going to get some chunks cut out and try it in this one. But yeah, this stuff's okay, but glass and a wiper would be ultimate. But because of the atom, it's really hard because these are curved. I'm sure it could be done, but yeah, it's not quite that simple on these boats. And we have PRP seats. Honestly, they're wicked. I have no complaints about them. They're actually heated, which is actually super cool. You can customize your colors, all that kind of stuff. These are actually their like mini boat like seats, not just like, you know, razors and anything else they were kind of using before, retrofitting before. They actually developed these seats for mini boats. And Jesse was cool enough to make these, they're kind of like based on the S5 bases with the little mountain bike shock in there. You get about an inch and a half of cushion. It's not a huge thing, but it is nice to have, but it's not the end of the world, honestly. And yeah, what else? I mean, I'm trying not to make this go any longer than it needs to be. We went with the finger throttle setup. Honestly, I'm so happy I did. I almost went with the levers because people are always saying, well, you're going to get tired about holding that all day, but we're in the channel so much and we're always manipulating the throttle so much, and you don't have better control than you would with these things in response. And honestly, it's not that big a deal. So I'm so happy I went with that way. Some guys prefer, you know, the traditional type, but yeah, it's been awesome. And over here we got our switches. So this is like your different modes: sport mode, normal mode, eco mode, and then this just changes your trim. But yeah, one thing nice about the Sea-Doo is like when you put these things in sport mode, like this thing is a rocket ship. You can get on planes so quick, and honestly, I probably want to get this ECU reflash so I can just run it in sport mode all the time, because that's one kind of sucky thing is Every time you start it up, you got to try and piss around and get it back in sport mode. It takes like 3 or 4 seconds. And any of you that know that have been stuck in the channel, time is of the essence when you only got that little pocket to get up on plane and get out of there. So that's one thing. This just goes through your computer stuff. This is just a mini jet steering wheel. Tilt, get tilt, trust me. Like, I know a lot of people cheap out and just get a solid steering, but I love the tilt because, I mean, a lot of people think you have no room to stand up and drive in mini boats, but the Atom, you just put the seat back a little bit, it's adjustable, and I can stand up. I can stand up and drive in this boat all day comfortably, and yeah, so just, it's awesome having the tilt steering because you can sit, put it down to sit, put it up to stand, and yeah, I didn't think it'd be a big deal, but it's something I'm really happy I went with. Then next we have the Garmin, of course, yeah, a little dirty. I think it's a Garmin 743 GPS, and I got like all my switching through here. Like I got like under lighting, we got, I guess a stereo, we have a stereo, it's a Sea-Doo stereo. Bluetooth stereo over there, but yeah, you got like under lighting. I can put my heated seats on with this thing. I can turn the blowers on with it. All my navigation lights, like pretty much any kind of switching you want, you can program into these GPS units, and they're awesome. They're well worth the money, and you just have like all your fuse and wiring back here for it, and yeah, they're awesome. I love having the navigation. I'm a big fly fisherman, so the odd time I go on the lake, I got like the sonar for fishing, and yeah, there's so many features that thing has. I haven't even used half of them, but they're awesome. I love it. Definitely, if you are looking for a GPS unit, like I said, I believe it's the Garmin 743, and yeah, it's wicked. And what else? Originally, I was gonna do this video on the river, and just so I could actually kind of show you some of these features live. I guess in the next couple adventure boat days we do, I'll have to show some of these features out there if you guys are interested. And what else? I mean, just your typical glove box, just shit in there. We did all like C-deck foam, like my logo and stuff like that. That's awesome. We did the carpet on the side instead of doing the decking completely. And honestly, I have no regrets doing that. Yeah, it's super nice that way. And yeah, guys, I'm just trying to think of what else to cover. Like I said, if you guys got any questions, comments, something that I've missed, definitely don't be afraid to drop it in the comments. And yeah, guys, I guess another little thing is don't cheap out on your trailer. Get a good trailer, because like we're bombing down gravel roads and stuff with these boats, getting to access points, and or you know, if you're doing like, you know, a 4 to 8 hour trip or something, like I know there's a lot of places where you can kind of get these small little skimpy trailers you can put these boats on, and they're just kind of sketchy. So definitely invest in a good trailer to put your boat on. You spend how much money to get these boats built or build one, and definitely don't want any kind of wreckage. So my recommendation is definitely get a good trailer. These things here, they're just rock guards, like they all fasten up here. I don't know, I can kind of show you. So it goes there, and then they both clip, and it just protects them from getting smoked by rocks as you're driving. Yeah, so they're definitely something you really want to consider. We got these lights in here. They're all right. I mean, I kind of cheaped out on the lights. I probably should have went with like rigid or Baja designs. Would have been a lot better. Maybe I'll still do that. I know some guys run them up here, but railing, definitely put rails. Don't be afraid to put railing on your boat. We got in the front, we got in the back. I just did that completely opposite, but we're not doing a retake. But yeah, I mean, they're awesome to grab here and there. And yeah, guys, I don't know. I'm just, don't want to go on too long. We'll come back here, kind of walk around and think of something else. Oh, one nice thing is these are link adapters. They're actually come on like skidoo, like I do a lot of sledding. So like skidoos for like tunnel bags and stuff like that for sledding. So you can get these put on there, and you can get like all these waterproof boxes. And I just got like tools and shit in there, extra, whatever you want to call them, tubing and stuff like that. So that's wicked. And I don't know, did I throw that in there? One thing I do want to cover with you guys is these babies. Don't be afraid to get a few of these things. These are pry bars. You put them under the boat, And when you're stuck on ground, you can pry up. I might have a picture or video because we get stuck a lot, so we use them a ton. And yeah, they're awesome. We actually build them ourselves and do the curve. We're actually, Throttle Nectar's actually gonna start releasing his own line of pry bars. Gonna have a couple little features on them that I can't find anywhere that I think are gonna be super handy. So we're kind of getting them built, testing them. And once we get them out, we're gonna start selling them. So if you're interested in those, let me know. But yeah, guys, I don't wanna ramble on too much longer. Hope you guys enjoy the boat. Oh, so another thing I should cover quick before we end this is the hull is painted, but this is all a wrap. And the reason we went with a wrap over paint is because, as you can see, it's been scratched up pretty good. On the other side here, we have, you know, some wounds from some rocks and stuff like that and whatever. And yeah, so once this thing gets beat up really bad, I can just go back, we can peel this wrap off, and it's sectional. So if I just want this side, you know, if I just want this side or something, I can peel it up, get it restuck. It's gonna look brand new. Yeah, so most people are now going with wraps over just getting the whole thing painted, because kind of once you get all scratched up and chipped up painted, I mean, you're pretty much forced to repaint it, or I guess go the wrap route then. So hopefully you enjoy the video, and you know, I've been able to provide you guys with some inside knowledge or something you didn't know before, or answer some questions or whatever. But yeah, just kind of a long overdue video, and just wanted to go through it. So hopefully I explained it enough. I know it was kind of rambling on here and there, but yeah, it just is what it is. So if you guys have stuck through the video this long, I really do appreciate it. Like I said, there's a few things. I'm gonna have to make a video of some of the things I would change if I did it over again or whatever. That should be coming up in a little while. Like I said, when my dad gets his boat built with some of them changes, we'll have to do a walkthrough video of that boat as well, and just take him on the water, show you some stuff like that. And yeah, I'm just super excited. I think we're finally getting out tomorrow. It's been a slow start on the mini riverboat season, but we're going up one of my favorite chunks of river. It's a ton of channels, usually lots of little stucks and carnage and all that kind of stuff. So look for that video here, hopefully in a few weeks. So yeah, guys, if you guys can't seem to find how to get a hold of Grey Wolf, best way to do is honestly go over to my Instagram, follow me, DM me on there, and I can get you hooked up with Jesse and them over there, because yeah, he's been incredible to deal with, and he built all sorts of different boats. He's actually coming out with his own hull now that hopefully he's going to build, and we hopefully make a video of testing it, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, so should be super exciting. But I'm done rambling on. Don't want to make this video too long. So like always, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hopefully we'll catch you on the next one.